boys and girls, this is Wildman Willis here, and I'm doing something different today. I'm talking about my top 10 favorite on-screen portrayals of superheroes and supervillains from movies to the little TV screen. This is just my opinion, and if you're wondering why I'm leaving people out like Ben Affleck's Batman and Tom Holland's Spider-Man, we haven't seen them in their own full movie yet by themselves, so that disqualifies them. So we'll go into my top 10. Hold on, peeps. I'll be starting with the first picture. My number 10 is Bane the Merciless, played by Max von Sydow, and the camp classic Flash Gordon. I don't think it's a camp classic, but that's what they call it. So he looks and acts exactly like Bane the Merciless, and he has his little swagger with himself, and he just looks exactly like the character minus the green skin some people used to. He's more akin to how he looks in the original strips from back in the day. He's just like he is, merciless. So anybody that loves that movie, that's one of the reasons why they love that movie, is because of it, the Merciless and Max von Sydow's portrayal of him. My number 9 is from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Casey Jones was played perfect picture out of the comic book, more so than it was the original Ninja Turtles cartoon, where he was basically Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry ripoff, even down to the voice. This is more so the portrayal that you got out of the original comic book and later renditions of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoons, except the newest one where everybody is basically teenagers. So this is one of the highlights of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, even though they screwed up the role in Part 3, but Part 3 has a whole lot of issues. So that's my number 9. And somebody from the small screen, Smallville, Lex Luthor, played by Michael Rosenbaum. So far, he has been the best live-action Lex Luthor that we done had so far. And he just played it to the T, especially the way the story was. You could see from him being Clark's friend to becoming Superman's arch nemesis of all time. And he was just played wickedly cruel at the end by Michael Rosenbaum. So everybody needs to take notice of how to do Lex Luthor that way. So that is my number 8. My number 7. I have to combine this one because without one, you can't have the other, which is Robin Williams and Shelley Duvall in Popeye, both playing Popeye and Olive Oyl. It was just so picture perfect. You can't help but to say that was Popeye and Olive Oyl live action, because they looked and acted just like the old cartoons, even down to the voices and the way they move. And Shelley Duvall was just basically born to play olive oil. Oh, Popeye! Oh, Popeye! My number 6 is recently from the Daredevil TV show on Netflix, the second season, Jon Bernthal. You know him from The Walking Dead as Shane. He played a picture perfect Punisher. You can feel the pain of what happened to him and his family in his performance, and just the stark raving craziness that the Punisher is. And he looks just like out of the comic books, even down to the broken nose. So, one of the many highlights of the Daredevil Netflix show is his portrayal of the Punisher. I know we had big screen incarnations, we had 3, but he has been the best one so far. So, from what I've been hearing, that Netflix is supposed to do a Punisher by itself. Hopefully, he can carry the show without Daredevil. We will see. My number 5 is Karl Urban that played Judge Dredd in Dredd 3D. It came out a couple of years ago. It might have not been a commercial success, but once it made it out to home video and cable, everybody went crazy for it. And he played Judge Dredd to a T. And he didn't take his helmet off because Dredd does not take off his helmet. Hollywood needs to learn from that, especially from that abomination of Judge Dredd that Sylvester Stallone did a couple of years ago. Hopefully that we will get to see him again as playing Judge Dredd, so maybe we'll get a Netflix series. That probably would work. Ladies and gentlemen, my number 4 is the Mark with the Mouth, played by Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool. He was also pitch perfect as Deadpool because he wanted to do this movie so bad after the fiasco, which was X-Men Origins Wolverine, where they had Deadpool right in the beginning of the movie, but at the end, we don't know what the hell that was. That wasn't Deadpool that we all know and love. They done showed his mouth shut and had him teleporting and doing all kind of craziness that Deadpool doesn't do. He was basically Barack Pool. That's what he looked like to me. So that's my number 4. My number 3 is Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, the invincible Iron Man. Iron Man and Tony Stark's character fits Robert Downey Jr. to a T because both of them was redemption stories. One in the comic book where he was trying to redeem himself from all the war weapons that he produced and seeing how it was harming people. And Robert Downey Jr. had rough times back in the day, and he overcame them. And basically, Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark as Iron Man. Now we are at number 2 with a lot of people's superhero crush, Linda Carter as Wonder Woman. She played that role perfectly as well. She had the essence of Wonder Woman, the beauty of Wonder Woman, and the heart of Wonder Woman. So hopefully Gal Gadot will use some of that in her portrayal of Wonder Woman in her new movie, because even though Wonder Woman is a warrior Amazon princess, she still had sisterhood and motherly qualities on the TV show that showed her softness, but she could kick butt when she wanted to, and it was almost like the character was jumping off the comic book page onto the small screen that still resonates today with a lot of people of my generation, and the generation after still sees her as Wonder Woman, and I do too. Number one should be a no-brainer, which is Christopher Reeve as Superman. What can you say? He was Superman. He will always be Superman, no matter who else tries to play that role. They will be under the shadow of Christopher Reeve's portrayal of the Man of Steel. He showed heart and compassion from saving people falling from buildings and even saving cats for little children. And he, even in life, after the tragedy that happened to him, he was still the Man of Steel in many people's eyes. And he fought until his final breath for the causes that he got into once he got paralyzed. And for generations, he is still considered to be the real Superman in a lot of people's eyes. You should never go grim dark with Superman. He is a symbol of hope, and he played it to a T. And people need to learn how to make Superman that symbol of hope again. So this is Wildman Willis signing off. See you next time.